Okay, so these are the shelves that fell down off my cupboard, and they were, as you can see, airing cupboard shelves when it used to be an airing cupboard, and totally hopeless. And they have now stayed here for several weeks on the grounds that it might be these ones that go back in, but it probably won't be. And if it isn't, I could burn them for firewood, but not sure. So they're just sitting, cluttering up the place.
All right, and then so the room is just to the left of those shelves.
Yeah. So going into the room.
Yeah.
Okay. So start off here. So item by item, then here we have a box full. Underneath is a box full of things that could be useful for birthday presents or Christmas presents, but have just stayed there for sort of several years, really, because I forget it's there. Covered with a few dresses. These don't fit me, but they're too good to give to charity because they're quite vintage, so they're kind of sitting there, maybe waiting for a clothes swap, maybe going to be sold, but maybe not. So here, it's just stuff. There's some old clothes that are memories. There's some LPs. This is what broke the shelves, basically, because they're very heavy. My old LPs. There's some bits and pieces, an old coffee maker that I want to sell, haven't got around to it. An old duvet that's got, sentimental values. Some old photo albums with no photos in them, because I haven't done it yet. This is where I keep my jackets, which is a bit useless because my jackets then aren't with the clothes and the rest of my wardrobe, so I never actually use them. But that is a jacket cupboard of jackets that never get worn. Okay. This is a box of tech. So this is one of those half-finished jobs when I identified all my old tech, like old phones and... Oh, there's a moth just flew out of that. So there you go. Old Blackberries, look, Blackberries, and there's even an old laptop in here and stuff. Random books that I'm probably never going to read. And a few old DVDs, yoga DVDs.
And there's a box on top there. And
yeah, that's notebooks, unused, mainly. Okay, old work. Files from my old job, which I think I'm keeping for some reason, or some of them are old CVs. Actually, yeah, that's old CVs and stuff like that. And that's old notebooks with things that I think are useful in them. And then there's some old DVDs that I want to get these transferred to digital. They're DVDs of me as a child and that sort of business. So they're quite precious, but that's a job waiting to be done at some point. A load of empty lever arch files on the grounds that would be really useful for the office once it's sort of back and up and running properly. Yeah. So empty lever arch files. Okay. Right. Box from an iMac, which I have, which I don't know, just in case it had to be sent back, I suppose. More videos that have got value there. They've got their TV programmes with little bits of me on them and things like that from a long time ago when I was in a band. Piles of leaflets, which are my work leaflets. This is clothes that I don't fit into anymore from when I was thinner. It's a suitcase that's kind of exploded as I riffle and thinking, oh, maybe I can fit into that. Usually can't, but it's they do actually fit in the suitcase, but they're all exploded at the moment. Right, so the rest of it really, because this is the place where the shelves collapse. So there was a load of shelving here. Right. And a lot of the piles that you're seeing around are basically because that shelving collapsed. Yeah. Which has caused a lot of the mess. This used to be an airing cupboard. So down below you've got a rather odd space which is kind of bags. There's more old work stuff here, but it's all relevant. I have been through it. It's relevant work stuff, but and bags of bags, lots of bags. Bag of bags to go. So this is one of these bags that is another half-finished job that needs to leave the house and hasn't done. Some of this is just junk for charity, but some of it's quite good stuff. Like there's a beautiful unused leather briefcase, though I don't use it because for me it's too heavy, but I think some people would. It's really smart and nice. That's probably just go to charity. Keyboard here, which I used to use for writing songs. I have an ambition to be writing songs again at some point. Haven't done, so it's just kind of sitting there. The iMac is under here. This is well, it isn't under here. So that's supposed to be under a dust sheet because obviously these shelves are going to be replaced at some point. There's my dad's old Cine camera because there's some stuff on Cine hanging around that needs to be digitised. And a roll of old carpet for the rabbits. And, a filing system that actually is a filing system that is used, those two drawers there. Office supplies in that in tray, out tray. Yeah, sort of box files that are semi in use. They kind of are in use. Some bits of tech here. So that's about it, really.
Thanks for talking us around it.